Hi everybody! These are my strawberries that I had for a snack this afternoon, and I thought they're so cute I'm going to paint them. This painting took about 35 minutes, and I love this little mini sketchbook for small paintings. It just makes them so much more doable for me than a larger painting. I don't know if you like them, but I do. So I made mistakes in this painting, and I'm going to share them with you, not because I want to point them out, but because I want to show that, mistakes can happen. And does it really hurt the painting in the long run? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So the first mistake I made was I used staining colors in the background, and it's a very warm day. So it's almost 80 at my art desk today, and when I was painting the dark in around the leaves of the strawberries, it was drying super fast. So it wasn't lifting for me when I realized it was giving me hard edges. In the end, you really can't tell, but the background is a little more overworked than I had visioned in my head because I had to work hard at getting rid of that. Now, I did want dark behind the strawberry leaves on purpose because I wanted the strawberry leaves to pop out as being lit with the sunshine, and that's why I did that. So, I was very intentional with putting the dark there, but it wasn't as loose as I wanted it to be, and I couldn't lift it. So, that was my first mistake. The second mistake was forgetting to tape off the top and the bottom of the page. I did tape the sides, but I don't know why I forgot to do the top and the bottom. And I really love a crisp border. So by the time I realized it was just too late. Looking at my painting next to me, I actually kind of like it though. I like that maybe I've started a new style choice of having it straight on two sides, but not the others. Maybe it just makes it a little more visually interesting in the end. Maybe. We'll see if I do it again. Mistake 3 was not paying attention to the tablecloth casting light or bouncing light off the tablecloth onto the bottom of the strawberries. In hindsight, during the step of putting the first layer of strawberries in there, I would have put the more yellow towards the bottom of the strawberries so that it would just look like light was bouncing around. And it's one of those things where you're painting what you think you see, not what you actually see. And it wasn't until I was going back and adding shadows at the end that I realized, oh man, I completely missed that, because I know what strawberries look like. I don't need a reference photo, but no. I really should have paid more attention to that reference photo and the lights. And the lights and the shadows, I should say. I will say, though, that my painting is not ruined because of this. And you'll see in the end when I add the shadows, it's not ruined because of this. It's just something I wish I had taken into consideration when adding that first layer. Mistake number 4. Since it's warm, I had trouble with the tablecloth shadows and shadows under the strawberries, because it was drying super fast. So I probably should have dried the bottom shadowed part of the tablecloth before I moved on to the rest. Also, I was trying to be daring with the shadows under the berries and then had an uh-oh moment because they just looked too strong. And I went back and forth a couple times with it of adding it and trying to take it away. So the angle of the shadows are also incorrect compared to the picture. However, when someone looks at the page in my sketchbook, they will not be comparing it to the picture. So it really doesn't matter. I'm looking at it and it doesn't look wrong. It really doesn't. It's just a different angle than my reference. And while I say it's drying fast in my art space today, I still had to use the heat tool because it wasn't drying it wasn't drying evenly. I actually think my favorite part of this painting are those little strawberry leaves. I absolutely love how they look when they're finished. Like just the lights and the shadow, I absolutely loved it. And, I just kind of went in with those without too much thought. So it makes me really proud of them because it was just like, oh yeah, shadows go here, lights go there. It's great. Ooh, that's a dark shadow. Oh boy, that's a dark shadow. It's so dark. And that one's super flat. Oh, so dark. So I'm going to try to scrub them out. But again, I'm using staining colors, so they didn't want to really come out. So I'm going to make them work. Adding those shadows to those little leaves. I was really loose and quick with it, and I think that turned out to be the best way to attack that. Not overthinking it. Okay, mistake number 5. Colored pencils are not my forte. I feel like my results are never quite what I want, and possibly it's because of the paper choice, because it's cold press paper. So since this week for me has been trying some new things, I thought I should just give them another try. I went a little crazy with the white highlights on the left strawberry. But just like when mentioning the shadows, when someone looks at the page in my sketchbook, they will not be comparing it to the picture the reference picture. So it won't matter. It doesn't matter because I'm looking at it. It does not matter. But it's another one of those things where I put in what I thought I saw and not what I actually saw. And it just got a little out of hand. But I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed with the final. I added blue in the shadows and then I added it to the leaves, and I really think that blue is what made those leaves pop, the blue and the yellow. But man, boy, they pop. I really love them. Then I decided to add a little bit of yellow highlights to the strawberries, and I think that really added extra to them too. I love that addition. Now there is mistake 5, adding the dark shadows at the bottom of the strawberries even more on the strawberry, not underneath, but actually on them. I wish, again, I had paid more attention to the light bouncing off of the tablecloth, and I wish I hadn't done that. See, look, I'm doing even more. Even more. Got a little out of hand, but that's okay. It's okay. It's all right. In the end, I absolutely love this spread in my mini sketchbook, even with all of those quote-unquote mistakes. So please don't let your mistakes keep you from moving forward with your art. Just keep going and see if you can fix them or adapt to them, because it's likely that someone else won't even see them. So give yourself a little grace. I hope you liked this. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave me a little comment. I'm trying to put out 2 videos a week, and I hope that you will come see them. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy you're here, and I hope you have a great day. More white highlights.